Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and I have another fun JJB project. This is the third for this Sunday and I am so excited to bring in these gorgeous boho beads. These are part of the Artemis, Greek goddess of the hunt. This is one of the Jesse James Beads Goddess Collection bead mixes. I will have links in the description below for this collection as well as the bundle packs and the unboxing. I did an unboxing that included 2 other goddess collections that we will be getting into. And so far, I made this bracelet earlier and I love it. I still have not taken it off. It's so comfortable. And what I love about it is the bulk part of the bulky beads are sitting on top, and then on the bottom, so if I go to right, I don't have bulky beads down here. And so I really love that. So this is going to be probably my new everyday bracelet along with these others. These others I never take off, but this one is just so pretty. I love it. I love all the boho beads and just a mix of colors and kind of a little outside of the box. I guess just a bulky different look. And I just love how that is fitting and perfect. All right, so enough of that, right? I have a couple of projects here and I missed one of my jump rings. So let me put it away. And in my last video, I mentioned how I had some jump rings that I didn't really like. And I just found it. Okay, so I put the rest of the jump rings in this bag, and I think these are the jump rings I don't like because this is the bag that it should have gone in. Again, I'm just so excited about these projects that I just lose my mind a little bit. All right. Now, I mentioned that I wanted to use the little tiny boho beads, and I love these. And I'm also using some of the links from that chain reaction. I have it all cut up now, but in the other videos, you'll see the chain reaction all in its entirety. But I love these. I made these for JJB for last year, or actually earlier this year, the Tucson. I made a bunch of different earrings and necklaces, and this was one that I had made up, and I absolutely love it. And I really love this earring. And so what I am going to do with this earring is I'm going to use the boho down here, but I'm going to use a couple of those links from the chain reaction. And so again, not exactly like this, but it's kind of where I was going. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And at first, this is what I wanted to do. And I can't take credit for this. This is all Danielle. This is Danielle Wicks. She did this, I think this was a bonus pair of earrings in Winter Workshop last year. Or maybe it was, oh, you know what? It might have been the Halloween party from 2022. Might have been. And I loved these. These are so pretty. And I love the boho bead with the chain reaction. And then she did the same where she used the links and used some of the beads. And then we had little extra beads. And so one of them she added to the bottom. So I completely did exactly what she did using some black wire. So we brought in the black wire with the black bead, and I absolutely love these earrings. So instead of having this as an earring, because that's what I was going to do with these, I'm going to do that same type of thing with this boho bead. And I have the rest of the chain reaction here in different links. And so we'll see how far we get on that. Also, I have a spare length of sari ribbon. So I thought I could also put that in there with maybe these links. So that will be, and we're just going to do the tassel. I don't think I have any of this color chain. Actually, I might. I actually think I might. So yeah. All right. So we'll finish it off. Then I have these gorgeous pink crystals that came from the chain reaction. So we're going to go ahead and put those off to the side. So for this one here, I just grabbed some 22 gauge, and this one's the 20 gauge, but I grabbed some 22 gauge silver plated, and it's the pewter. So it's not the bright silver. It's almost like a titanium pewter color. And this is 22 gauge. And the reason why I did this in 22 gauge was so that I can make a knotted head pin, because the hole is a little bit large. And if I do my wire wrapping, I might not get, it might sink in. So I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a knotted head pin. And I'm going to go ahead and just start wrapping. I'm at the tippy tip. And I just broke it, probably because I've been pulling on it. So don't pull on your wire. And also too, I was probably pinching really hard. I get a little bossy, not bossy, but I get a little rough. I won't say bossy. I get rough with my wire. Now that I've wrapped that around twice, I'm going to go ahead and just pass this back through. Okay. Pull that down a little bit. And then now I'm going to go ahead and just pull like that. And then I always take my chain nose pliers and just kind of push up against it just to make sure that there's nothing sticking out. Okay, there we go. Let's put the nylon gel pliers away. Now let's go ahead and thread this on. And then it sits on there perfectly. And just adds a little bit of bulk at the bottom, which I like. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come in at the very tippy tip, because this is 22 gauge. So I want to come in at the tippy tip because I do not want a long neck. And we're also going to do a bulky wrap. We're going to do a bulky wrap, and I love the bulky wrap look, especially when it's with 22. It's easier with 22 gauge, but then also when you have a larger hole, it's just better. I like it. Again, that came from Kelly Sutton at Kelly's Bead Boutique. She does a lot of bulky wraps, and I really like that. And so that's what we're going to do. All right, so now we have that all nice and centered, and then we will thread this on directly to that wire wrap, or to that loop. Then go ahead and close it up. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to put the very tippy tip of our chain nose pliers. Make sure we don't have that guy in the way. And then we're going to start wrapping. And I made this a long piece just because I know I'm doing a bulky wrap. But I did that because for bulky wraps, I like having the longer piece. So I'm going to go down 3 times. Now I'm going to go ahead and come back up. And I think I got like 4 wraps around. And this one's not as pretty as the other one, which is because I'm using my fingers probably. And then let's go ahead and come in and trim that end. So I have about the same, so we have about 1 inch of scraps. Now I will come in with my bent nose pliers and put that right up against the little nubby that's sticking out. And I do that so that when I push down to tuck it in, I don't push it into the loop. Okay, so now we have our little, let's kind of get them straightened up a little bit. There we go. Now let's go ahead and take, I just have an ear wire here. And go ahead and get him threaded on. Just like that. Okay. And then let's close this up. All right. So there we have our little easy first pair of earrings, our only pair of earrings for this tutorial. And this will be the last tutorial from this bead mix until I get into those other beads where I'm going to be adding some silver silk. So there we go for those pairs of earrings. Again, very easy. You have someone coming over unexpected, or you just want to add a little something to someone's gift. And these are perfect. I love these. These are what I wanted. So I got what I wanted for Christmas. Okay, so let's go ahead and push those over to the side. Now, for this next project, I was looking for doing something like this with having the links. So this one started out with 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then 1. So I was wanting to do that. However, though, this is really big, and this one here, you're not doing anything with that. So what I was thinking of doing was bringing in some ribbon, and when doing, I was going to do some wrapping with it. So I was going to do a little something like that. Okay. So when I do that, then I can tuck that inside, and then what I'll do is I'll have a few of these pieces hanging down. So that was my plan. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing I need to do is get some 20 gauge wire. I'm going to use 20 gauge wire. This is that pewter color again, and I'm going to go ahead and make the loop. But when I'm going to make the loop, I am actually going to make it fairly large so I can fit all that sari ribbon in there. And then I don't think I'm going to have, I kind of thought of, I think I have a single link. I thought of doing just like a little single link in between and then having it connect up here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's go ahead, and I don't know how long to make this. So I'm going to have quite a bit of waste, but with the 20 gauge, I'm perfectly fine with that because, yeah, I'm good with that. Actually, let's just go. We're going to go about 3 inches. And what I want to do is I want to make a large, just single loop. Now, when I look at this in here, it is about this. This is the large bell making pliers. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a loop like that. Okay. And let's go ahead and center it up. So now we have that all nice and centered up. Now what I want to do is open it up. So let's go ahead and open it up, and let's bring this together. Oh, let me tell you how long this is. 18. This is about 26 inches. So I'm going to fold it in half and then come down here and then go in half again. Okay. And we are going to wire wrap on here too, so that's going to be okay if it's not completely in its halves right now. Okay, let's go ahead and get that. Okay. And since I just thought of doing this now, I need to go grab some, let me go grab some maybe 24, 26 gauge wire. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have some 26 gauge, and this is in the same color. So also from Softlex. So now what I want to do is grab a length, and that just went flying. So I'm going to go grab it before I lose more. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just keep this on the spool. And let's see, so let's go like that. Or no, I'm not going to keep it on the spool. Wow, I'm really going out of my comfort zone here with all this, with the waste. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to start wrapping it, and I do need it in the middle before I start wrapping it. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you can cut it, but I want to start wrapping. And now this is 11 inches, which is way too much. And I do want it to show. So maybe not, maybe not. Maybe I will tuck it in up there. We'll see. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am just going to leave just about an inch, and I'm just going to wrap it, and it doesn't have to be tight. And I'm just going to wrap it like so. Okay, so I have it all nice and tucked in there. And if you want, you can tuck it in underneath. So you can take it and just tuck it in underneath that other strand. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start wrapping. And then come down. Now what I want to do is I want to add. So I have these links, and this one has, let's see here, they have the little links. So some of them have the little links on them from the chain reaction, because when I trimmed off the rondelles, so I am going to add one. I'm going to add it through the little link. Let's go ahead and add it through the link. Okay. And if this is going to be the front, then I want it to sit in the front. Okay. And go ahead and add it. And I'm just going to go around once, and then I'll add another. And maybe add another long one. No, maybe I'll just add. So that one was 4. This one's 3. So let's add this one. This one has 3 links. We're going to do that 3. Well, Danielle did 3, 2, 1, but we're going to do 4, 3. And then we're going to do 2. And I might add another one, like another long one. So I'm just kind of pinching it and then wrapping it. I actually kind of just dig that with just a few in there. Maybe one more. Let's go ahead and add this other one, because then we use it all. Well, no, because we have that one too, but you know what I mean. Let's make sure that there's no link on the other end. I need to look at the other ones because I kept the links on there just in case I was going to need them. Then let's go ahead and do this. And get that on there. And get that wrapped around. I really hope I'm on camera. Okay. So that is enough. And again, you can just do what you want. And actually the 11 inches was not too bad. So now let's go ahead and just take this end. Where is it? There it is. Let's just take this end, pull on it, and just like tuck it in. Just, oops, let's get that at least going right. Let's tuck it in. I would normally do this in the back, but that's okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is, let's grab scissors, and let's, I don't think these are, let's go ahead and just get them, kind of do angle. There we go. Oops, I'm sorry, I keep on hitting that. I hit that in the other video too. All right, so here we go. Now, okay, and then you could just maneuver this all around, and then now you have a little bit of, and if you want to make us shorter, you can make it shorter. But there we go there. Now what I can do is I can do another simple loop. So let's go ahead and just bend. And it doesn't have to be a big one. So let's just go ahead and that. Oh, and we can use that. Huh. That's fun. Okay, so this is going to end up being a big one, maybe. So now let's go ahead and start rolling. Yeah, see, look at that. Way too much. And so I need to cut about that much. Okay. There we go. Now let's go ahead and open it up. Open it up. Thread this little guy on there. Okay. And get that closed up. I sure hope I'm recording. I think I hit record. Pretty sure I did. Okay. Now we have that off. So we do have a little piece. That's okay. We'll use that for something else. All right. So now you want to make sure that that's nice and closed up. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to do a simple loop at the bottom. And then we will do maybe a simple loop at the top too. No, I want to wire wrap it. I don't think I'm going to have enough to wire wrap. Okay, so that'll be used for something else. Okay. So let's go ahead and do, I'm going to bring in the 20 gauge. Let's go ahead and do a wire wrap loop. Okay, so let's go ahead and come in. All right, yep, let's just go ahead and trim. Okay. So let's go ahead and come in about an inch or so. About an inch. Go ahead and give it a little bit of a bend. So you have that 90-degree angle bend. We're going to come in and form that over the top barrel and then push it to the back and then have a nice little lollipop looking loop there. We're going to go ahead and attach it directly to the link there. And then we're going to close it off and get our tip of our chain nose pliers right on the top there. And then we're going to go ahead and start wrapping, and we're going to go around once. We're going to go around twice. We're going to go around a third time. Oops, I am so sorry. We're going to go around a third time. And then we're going to keep that there, because here's why. I have a feeling that that's going to go down in there. It might not. It might not. Well, we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep that there. All right. So this is the front-ish. We're going to have to turn this a little bit. Well, we'll turn it a little bit. Let's see. Oh, there's the front. So the front is going to be a little bit wonky. There we go. All right, so here is the front. And so the back is hanging out there. All right, so now let's go ahead and do this. And since I am going to be adding this directly onto the chain, because I think I do have some chain, I am going to go ahead and make this more like a bail. So we will have a loop going in the same direction that this one is. But it's going to have a wider, a wider loop. Okay. And it is 20 gauge. So we're going to come down a little bit on our plier there. Then let's go ahead and come in. Let's come in on these. I'm coming in almost to the top, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that over or form that over, rotate my wrist, push it to the back, and get that. All right, because then it's going to go onto the necklace like that, which The front isn't really the front. The front isn't really what I call the front. Then let's go ahead and go this way. And come around and go this way. And I don't think it's gonna drop in there. I mean, it won't because of the way it's gonna be hanging. Oh, I have lots of waste. So you can probably go an inch less than what I'm showing you here. Let's go like this, and I want this to go like so. So that the tail is now facing the back there. Okay. And is that the back? Oh, no, no, no. It's going like that. So the tail is kind of facing the front there, which I don't like, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. And I think there it is. It's over there. So let's go ahead and get that tucked in. I think if I tuck it in too much, it's gonna drop in there, but that's okay. All right, so there we have that. There's our waist. I will save that little piece. All right, let me go grab the chain and I will come right back. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I can't wait to wear this. Oh, okay. Okay, so I have an oval jump ring, and I selected this thick oval jump ring mainly because I'm going to use this chain, and it does not have to be, I don't have to have a lobster clasp or anything on it. So I wanted to get as thick as I could with this chain. I love this chain, and that's what I came up with. So let's go ahead and get this opened up here. Oh, I love this necklace. It's gonna look so pretty with like a plain shirt, sweater, something. It's gonna look pretty. And there we go. And I don't know, I guess I could have checked to see if these links come undone, but I didn't have the patience to do it. So there we have our long necklace. Oh, and this was 24 inches. I think it's 24 inches, 23 or 24 inches. So we have that there, and we have these. So me, I was going for this same color because I would wear these together. And that's what I was looking for. So be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and comment. I love to see what everybody has to say, and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.